Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the IBM Connections Customizer video series. In this video, I'll show you how to get set up with the IBM Connections Cloud environment. I'll show you how to enable your IBM Connections Cloud account with Customizer. I'll show you how to share your customizations with us in IBM. And also I'll show you how to update your customizations using the GitHub pull request process. So firstly, an introduction. My name is Pádraig Edwards. I work in the IBM Ireland Software Lab. I've worked in the app dev space for a number of years now, but more recently I've been working in Connections app dev. In order to take full advantage of IBM Connections Customizer, you must first have an IBM Connections Cloud environment to work with. If you don't have an IBM Connections Cloud account, then you can sign up for a free trial if you go to this link right here. So let me take you through the quick sign up process for IBM Connections Cloud. So once you go to this link, you'll be taken to this page where you have an option for a free 60-day trial. If you open that page, that link in a new tab, it gives you a number of options, and the one we're interested in is Connection Social Cloud Trial. If you click Try Me and open in a new tab, you'll see that you just need to fill in a number of details, your email address and name, and once your account has been verified, you will get a full IBM Connections Cloud environment deployed. So now you have IBM Connections Cloud account to work with. You just need to enable it for Customizer. In order to do so, you just need to send us a few details. The first being the customer ID for the Connections Cloud environment that you're using, the organization name for your Connections Cloud account, and finally, just your own full name. So let me just go to Connections and just show you where to get those pieces of information. So if I go here to my Connections Cloud account, I go to Admin and Manage Organization, and I'm just going to open that in a new tab. I'll find my customer ID in the Organization Account Settings. You can see down here. It also shows you my organization name. And these are the pieces of information that you need to send to us in order for us to enable your account with Customizer. So now that you have an IBM Connections Cloud account, you can begin to share your customizations with IBM so that you can leverage them with Customizer. In order to do so, you need to invite IBM CNDev to collaborate with your github.com customization repo. As you can see from this URL, under your own username, you'll have a customization repo, and under Settings Collaboration, you'll find where you can actually add IBM CNDev. IBM CNDev then actually creates a fork, which is just a copy of your own code, and then that's created under the IBM CNXDev organization. And this allows Customizer to access your JavaScript and CSS files. So let me take you through that process. So if I go to my own Pádraig Edwards github.com account, see here I have a customization repo. I go to Settings, Collaborators, and I search for IBM CNDev. You'll see I have an IBM CNDev account. If I click Add Collaborator, I'm sending an invite to IBM CNDev, and IBM CNDev can now create a fork of my repository. Now I happen to be an administrator of the IBM CNXDev organization. So if I go and click fork here, I can actually go ahead and fork this repository under the IBM CNXDev organization. And what this does is allows Customizer to actually access your CSS and JavaScript files. And in order to do that, you would just update your JSON deployment file. So for example, if I look here in the profiles example, I have a profiles.json, and in my profiles.json I have include repo, and the include repo references my customization repo. Now if I wanted my file to actually reference this particular name, then I would just delete my and save it as a customization repo. If I go back to the examples, just to note from the Grease Monkey script in the last video, you'll notice that this particular script is placing a CSS file in the Dojo document head and it's placing it as the last element to be placed there. Everything, because you're working on the server side here and all the global objects are available to you, then you can just check to make sure that Dojo is not undefined, and then use Dojo to actually place the CSS file within the head of the document. So once you've done all that, you can actually go ahead and add your profile customization. So if I go here to organization extensions, which is basically the app registry. So now you click add, upload an extension from a JSON file, browse to your JSON file. So in this case we have a profiles example, so it includes files, profiles customization, which I have uploaded in my customization repo, and it also has include repo and the name of the repo that I'm going to use. So now if I click add for this example and I go back to my profile and I refresh my page, I get a completely different profiles UI experience. Updating your customizations. So what we want you to do here is update the customization code in your own GitHub repository. You then issue a pull request within your repository, and you issue that pull request across forks to the IBM CNX Dev organization. What this allows you to do is to create a pull request that has just the changes you've made compared to what we have in the IBM CNX org as a comparison of the most recent changes. We can then, as IBM, review and merge any code changes into the IBM CNX Dev org, and therefore your latest changes will then become available to Customizer. If I go and do a quick demo of how that works, so if I go to Firefox here, you can see I have my repository. If I go to static profiles and the profiles CSS, so let's make a small update to the CSS here. And I'm going to just add a background color, let's say, to the action bar, so that it goes right across and is really obvious. So here I have the action bar, and I'm going to add a background color here, so background color, and I'm going to make it red. So now what I'm going to do is commit that change to my own local repository, and now that change is within my repository. So let's create, if I go back to the top level here, there's an option to create a new pull request. I'm going to compare across forks, so here I can choose base Pork Edwards, but actually what I want to choose is the IBM CNX Dev customization repo. And here you can see now GitHub has showed me that I can create a new profile customization. It's shown me that I've changed one file, which is the update profiles customization CSS, and it's showing me, so I could load a diff if I wanted to, and it's showing me that I added a background color of red. So let me go ahead and add a quick comment, change background color to red, and create a pull request. Now, as I said earlier, I'm actually an administrator on the IBM CNX Dev organization. So once I refresh here and I look under pull requests, you can see I have a pull request from myself, which as an IBM I can go ahead and merge into the IBM CNX Dev repository of customizer code. So now if I go back to the profile that I had, and if I refresh my page, you'll now see a red bar across the bottom, across the middle. So that's the CSS that I changed in the profile customization. So what's coming in episode 4? Brian Gleason goes beyond Hello World, takes you through some more advanced use cases, to do with profiles, communities, and the homepage, and shows you how to make the most of Customizer. Thank you.